The world's population is growing older as the population aged 65 and over are growing faster than any other age groups. In terms of the world's oldest populations, we tend to find developed countries tend to have older populations. Countries such as Japan, Italy, and Germany have over a fifth of their population aged 65 and over. However, it is emerging and developing markets that have the largest number of older people, primarily because of the sheer size of the elderly population in countries such as India and China. In terms of the purchasing power, there is a large income gap between developed and emerging and developing markets. For example, in Norway, people aged 65 and over have an average gross income of about $80,000 compared to just under $1,000 in Kenya. In developed markets, older consumers are amongst the most affluent consumers. If we also take assets into account as well, then the older population in developed markets actually have the largest wealth. And also, over the last few years, the elderly population in developed markets have also been enjoying rising incomes as well. This is significant, especially in the context where young people in developed markets are having to go through a lot of uncertainties due to falling incomes and rising youth unemployment. So companies, if they can still generate growth in developed markets if they can target the silver consumer, because incomes are still rising for this consumer group. In developing markets, the picture is different. Older people in developing markets account for a small proportion of the population with the highest income bracket. However, this does not mean that companies can overlook the potential of developing markets. Take China, for example. The total gross income for the elderly population in China is a massive $518 billion. So to put this into context, this is actually larger than the whole economy of Norway during the same year. And this example has showed us that although they have a smaller income compared to their developed counterparts, the aggregate purchasing power of the older consumer markets in developing markets is actually quite substantial and not to be overlooked. And a common feature of older consumers in both developed and developing markets is that the propensity to save is quite low. Therefore, at Euromonitor, we had a survey in 2011, and we found that regardless of their income levels, older consumers in both developed and developing markets want to keep on spending money on themselves. So to conclude, older consumers globally are still very much underserved, and if the right products and the right marketing, companies can definitely profit from this expanding silver consumer market globally.